All right, it's here. It's here. Lil Nas X's second song. We thought that it was just going to be Old Town Road for all of eternity, but it turns out he's got at least one more heater. And I feel pretty comfortable saying that this is, in fact, a heater. I threw it on earlier, and it was like one of those songs where you just immediately knew that this was going to be a catchy ass song that was going to stay stuck in your head. Hey, Panini, don't you be a meanie. It's about the stupidest fucking lyric I could ever imagine anyone using for a song, but somehow it still works. It totally works. Rap has changed a lot. It's really not about lyrics anymore. It's really about just sort of jingle writing, I guess is maybe how I would explain it. So on his follow-up to Old Town Road, Panini. Technically, it's a sandwich. I don't know if anybody is really thinking about the fact that a panini is a sandwich. People are more focused on the song itself. Nobody's chatting about sandwiches right now. Probably one of the weirdest things I think about this song. Well, number one, let's just say it like this. It's nice that this is probably the beginning of Lil Nas X not having to wear a cowboy hat every day. That's what I keep thinking every time I see him doing any press. I was just checking him out on the what was it called? The Beats One show. Yeah, the cowboy hat. You got to think that he doesn't really want to be wearing the cowboy hat on a daily basis, but he's out here and he's doing it. And I just want to say this too. Let me just give you guys a shot of this. We're gonna search Lil Nas X Panini on Google. What comes out right away? Okay, the YouTube link. It's not. Well, I was gonna say it's not Pitchfork. I did this earlier and it was not Pitchfork, but it was NPR, USA Today, People, etc. I guess maybe it's going to Pitchfork because I already clicked on this. But CNN. It's like the Lil Nas X rap career thing. Like what Now Right and Two Dope Boys and all these blogs were doing back in the mid 2000s. CNN is officially competing with them now, as is NPR, as is USA Today. Everybody's at war to be the one blogging about the catchy new rap song from the kid that people are discussing whether they're a one-hit wonder or not. And yeah, those people want those page views, and they're not just going to sit back and let the younger blogosphere. They're not going to let hot new hip hop and hip hop DX take that from them. Okay, but one of the weirdest things that you got to think about this song, and by the way, top 100 for 11 weeks, the other song. So the timing of this song was very, very, very critical. Like, they did not want this song coming out too early. They didn't want it coming out too late. That song is sitting at the top. The Old Town Road is sitting at the top of the charts. But I think that they realized that at a certain point they had to come with another one because, at the end of the day, do you really want your up-and-coming rap star to get cursed with the country thing? Like, that's all he's ever going to be, Like, honestly, the fact that song has been number one for this long is kind of obnoxious and annoying. Like, how is that even possible? How are there no other popular songs coming out? I don't really understand. And to be honest, it almost seems like it's putting a little bit too much pressure on the guy, on the Lil Nas X guy, who seems like a perfectly nice guy. The EP, his 7-inch, his EP, which is called 7, is coming out. It's coming out tonight. So actually, this video, by the time I get this up, I'll be lucky if there's 2 hours before the project actually hitting. So like that'll just restart another round of press coverage from CNN and USA Today, etc. You might also want to take note of the fact that Billy Ray Cyrus is nowhere to be found on the song. Lil Nas X was forced to go at this one on his own. We're not going to play absolutely any of this because we don't want to get sued. But, I mean, it just came out, and it's got 1.5 million views, probably way higher than that. YouTube usually takes a while to catch up. And currently sitting on 205,000 likes and 6,200 dislikes, which seems as if it indicates that this is a popular song. It doesn't seem to be too much hate. Although, for the record, 1.5 million views is approximately 1% of the 156 million views that the Old Town Road song has. One of the weirdest things about this song is just the fact... Oh, okay, let's talk about this. Before we talk about Nirvana, let's talk about the fact that he wants to get Drake on the remix of Panini. And this is one of his quotes on that Zane Lowe show I was talking about earlier. It's going to happen. Oh, I really want this to happen. I already know it's going to happen to get Drake on the remix of Panini. This man's a GOAT. He's the inspiration. He's the biggest inspiration musically for everybody. Well, I don't know if Drake has actually acknowledged Lil Nas X. I don't know if he's actually said anything about Old Town Road yet. It feels as if Drake had, danced in the club to Old Town Road, that there probably would have been a whole plethora of new articles that we would have been forced to at least see the titles of on Twitter. So I don't think that Drake has actually acknowledged the song yet. Is Drake the GOAT? Sure. For right now, I understand that argument completely. The question is can you just go and request a feature from Drake? Like, that seems to be what Lil Nas X thinks that he's going to pull off here. I mean, he's pulled off all of his viral dreams so far. He's made just about everything possible happen with that first song. And you would think that based on what he seems like he's like as a person, it seems like that is probably all he wanted, is just to have this truly ridiculous viral smash hit. And it seems as if it worked. And I'm pretty happy for him about that. But in terms of getting Drake on it, that's a whole other situation all into itself. Nobody seems like they're able to really just go out and request a Drake feature. It seems as if it's usually he comes to you and he lets you know that he's going to come down and bless you from above. Anyway, I guess I don't have any of the links. Oh, yeah, I do right here. This is the Pitchfork article, and it points out that, there's a melody that is interpolated from Nirvana's In Bloom. Now, when you at first listen to Panini, if you are familiar with In Bloom, you're going to think to yourself that this sounds insane. Like, that to me, at first, I was so blown away because I was like, that Nirvana song does not sound anything like this Lil Nas X song. And then I listened to it more and I realized that there's a specific part of Panini that seems as if it's taken from the Nirvana song. Now, that's interesting because it's not like the principal primary melody. I'm not much of a music critic. I don't really know how to describe music in any sort of intelligent way, but I think it might have been the bridge. Is that correct? Might have been the bridge, like when the song sort of takes like a different turn at about the 2/3 mark. The bridge. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, but that seems as if that's approximately the time period in which it sounds a little bit like this Nirvana song. So you'll have to offer your judgment. I'm glad I listened to it once more and then listened to the Nirvana song in full, because I was about to come on here and say that was just totally ridiculous. I was going to come on here and just be like, bro, it does not sound anything like that fucking song. But after listening to it a little bit more, I kind of understand where they're coming from. So for you guys out there, you should definitely listen to both of them side by side and give out your opinions down below in the comments. Because, I mean, there's going to be people suggesting that he sampled Nirvana. That's not true. He didn't sample it. He just sung a melody by accident that happened to sound a ton like the Nirvana song, which is actually an interesting question. How much of this song was written by himself? I mean, apparently the kid wrote Old Town Road by himself, which would seem to indicate that he knows how to make a hit song. But for his songs now, if you were the label and you had signed this kid, what would you be doing? Would you be just sort of leaving things up to chance? No, you'd be putting them in the studio with songwriters. And to me, Lil Nas X does not seem like he's like so principled about his music that he would want to avoid that. I think that if he was given the opportunity to use songwriters, to have somebody basically write a hit for him, then he probably would do so. And in that case, if I were him, I would be very annoyed that a chunk of the money was being taken by Nirvana, by Kurt Cobain, who realistically had nothing to do with the song. And God, you can only imagine what he might think about it. Also, I'm being distracted by this. There's an ad over here for like dry skin stuff. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. Jesus, that is disgusting. It seems like it went away. Anyway, well, I guess it's a different website because it's now a Guinness ad. I'm very interested to know what you guys think. I'm just happy that Lil Nas X seems like he's beaten the whole cowboy thing. But what I'm interested to see going forward is how much of his album embraces the country aesthetic. That's going to be an interesting thing to see. This song, by the way, this is like my principal point that I just want to make about this song is, holy shit, this song sounds like a McConan song. And I say that as a McConan fan, but when I listen to this song, I feel like I'm listening to a McConan song. I feel like McConan is the one on the other side singing the song, and that Lil Nas X maybe didn't have anything to do with it, which I guess makes sense because realistically, Lil Nas X probably a McConan fan, but man, this song sounds like McConan and doesn't really sound like Old Town Road. I guess at the end of the day, really, like, what is it? It's just a voice. You can do all kinds of things with your voice. But I was a little bit taken aback by the song, I'm not going to lie. But it's catchy as hell. It was stuck in my head as soon as I heard it. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Interested to hear what you guys got to say. Let me know if this should have been a 4-minute video instead of a 10-minute video. Do you think I stretched it out too much? Appreciate y'all.